Lee, explain to us all why you keep trashing that poor murdered victim, Alexis Murphy. Has her family not been doing enough? Why don't you go look at Kathy, whatever her name is? She's the one that's exposing it continually. And when I show that, I show the demonic spirit that's coming in to this place. You know who that was, don't you, Tina? That's the enemy coming on. Yes, humble. Kathy, yes. They got it all on their channel, and they're talking about me doing it, but it's really them that's doing it. You know? And what I did was I showed what was on 48 hours. It was on television. Oh, I showed what was on television. So why am I the bad person? Wouldn't you think 48 hours would be? Or Kathy Humble? Lee, explain to us all why you keep trashing that poor murdered victim, Alexis Murphy.
Joining me now, Morgan Harrington's mother, Jill, and Alexis Murphy's mother, Laura. Good to have you both here. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Laura, your daughter's been missing since August 3rd. Tell us about the last time you saw your daughter, Alexis.
Well, the last time I saw her, she was getting dressed to go to Lynchburg to get hair extensions for her hair for her senior pictures. And she left at the door 10 minutes in front of me, you know, happy and jolly, and that was the last time I saw her.
Jill, not many people know the pain and the anguish of how it feels to lose your daughter when she goes missing. I heard that you said the most excruciating part is the not knowing part. Is that true?
Yeah, the missing phase it is really the most difficult because you fill in the blanks because you don't have answers with some ugly realities and some ugly thoughts. That's why we have to find Alexis. You know, we are seeking information so this family can be reunited with their girl and have those questions answered.
Laura, I know this is difficult for you. We're so glad you're here, and our heart goes out to you, and we do hope that you find Alexis. Does Jill's help you through the hard times? How did you feel when you met Jill for the first time?
Oh, I was just so excited to meet her because, you know, hearing her story with her daughter, she really helped me. You know, after we talked and stuff, Saturday, just past Saturday, I went home and I was like, wow, she really helped me a lot.
And to me, there's an immediate bonding that there are very few people on the planet that knows what this feels like, and she does. And I want to help her carry it if I can.
Yeah, I spoke to Polly Klass's father several times, and he started an organization. His daughter was missing, and he's really kind of reached out, and in a sense, he said that helps him heal. Jill, has that helped you during the healing process to reach out and help others? I know you started the Help Save the Next Girl Foundation.
I think service and helping others has been a really valuable tool for our family in finding a way through some of the anguish and loss. Yeah, it's been really important.
Laura, the police have made arrests an arrest, and I believe they think that this man may also be connected to missing person Samantha Clark. Have the police updated you on the latest on where your daughter may be, the latest in the investigation, Laura?
The far as I know, they only thing they have told me that they are still search and rescue. I think they still think she's alive. They just searching everywhere that Randy Taylor has been in those past few weeks, and places that he had been before. You know, last year, anyone that has been in contact with him or he's been in contact with, they have been searching everywhere. So they are putting more searches together just to search and find him. So they say it was a search and rescue.
Which is still wonderful hope to hold on to, because when the police say that, I mean, it's quite possible that she could be found alive. What are the most difficult times for you, Laura? Does it ever go away, or is it consistent, the thought of where your daughter is?
It's consistent. I mean, I even ride the roads like looking. I have had people, the community, come to me and say, we have been riding the roads and just looking for places, hoping she'll come out somewhere. I've been staying up at night hoping someone would just drop her off and she'd come to the door, at night. I just been
And
hoping.
it's gotten a little cooler here over the last couple of days. And, you know, that's a whole nother set of worries, because Laura's worrying about her girl out in the cold.
Well, Laura, we are hoping that
mamas
for
don't
you.
like to think that.
We're showing Alexis's picture, and we do hope that this has a happy ending, and we're going to follow up on this. And my thoughts are with you, Alexis and Jill. Thank you so much. Laura and Jill, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you have any information about Alexis Murphy's disappearance,
5 years, 1,825 days since Trina's niece, Alexis Murphy, was last seen. On August 3rd, 2013, Alexis was abducted from this Livingston gas station. Even though charges have been made in the case, her body is still missing. The Murphy family uses this day to remember a life cut short much too soon.
But it's just really hard to believe it's been 5 years, you know. Sometimes it feels like 5 days, and sometimes it feels like an eternity.
And while they miss Alexis every day, the Murphys have turned to advocacy in the hopes that this doesn't happen to anyone else.
If I've reached one person, then I feel like I've done a good deed.
Outreach, an opportunity Trina has taken advantage of through Help Save the Next Girl, a nonprofit organization with a focus on preventing predatory danger. Jill Harrington, founder and president of the organization, has worked closely with the Murphys during this difficult time.
We can help the family with the burden of grief, and we can say her name and make her memory and her legacy still reverberate in the world.
This situation is all too familiar to Harrington. She is the mother of Morgan Harrington, who was abducted and murdered in 2009.
From having experienced many such anniversaries, that the grief is particularly heavy on such a date.
However, Murphy is comforted by the ability to tell others about her beloved niece.
Whenever I get an opportunity to speak about Alexis or to tell her story, it is therapeutic for me.
And while it doesn't get easier, both Murphy and Harrington are dedicated to saving the next girl.
Has their family not been through enough? Why don't you go look at Kathy, whatever her name is. She's the one that's exposing it continually. And when I show that, I show the demonic spirit that's coming in to this place.
You guys are going to see where her face twitched really fast. Sadly, I'm not able to find the original 48 hours clip. I believe they've taken it down. But the eyes, you would even see where the eyes got slits in them, and she spit her tongue out really fast. This is where spirits are jumping in people, you guys. It's very fast, you guys. Did you see how fast that was? Her eyes even, you had to pause it and catch it because it was so fast. You guys, we are in the days of evil. You see how she twitched her face and spit her tongue out? If I was able to, I could show you where... You guys, you're going to see where her face twitched really fast. Did you see how fast that was?
Now, notice the two pictures he always shows is the pictures from this 48-hour show. This was a 2-hour special on 48 Hours about three missing young women and girls. And Alexis Murphy was only 17 years old. She was in high school. The story is about 3 missing girls who were probably killed by the serial killer. Okay. And Alexis Murphy.
Alexis Murphy. You know, Hannah Graham was the latest one.
These were stories about, 3 of them. 3 of these many girls that were missing and murdered. But if you listen to this guy, the parents were involved. The mom knew more than she was saying. The mom was somehow involved. And the girl had it coming. She's demon-possessed. And he always says, now you can see this, right? He wants to reinforce and make sure you're with him. Right? You see she's a demon, right? He wants you, too, to trash this girl. Yes, Mark. Yes, we know she's a demon. Yes, we agree. She has gray, scaly eyes and sharp, pointy teeth and slits in her eyes. Right, and a serpent tongue. And she had it coming, and she's demon-possessed. She's hosted by demon, just like she's just one of billions. Don't worry about her. That's what he's been saying. Shows her picture and runs her through the mud. A murdered child, mind you. Okay, now pay attention to the pictures they show of Alexis Murphy.
We still haven't found Alexis, but the tapes in and of themselves are haunting. What happened, what transpired in those minutes that we don't have her on camera that caused her to disappear literally into thin air.
There you go. There's the pictures Mark has. Notice the top of the head's cut off? Tongue sticking out? There you go. There's a picture Mark Hardy has. There's a couple of them. There's one. Top of the head's cut off right above the eyebrows. See that?
Part of an ugly little club.
You notice how her teeth got pointy? Now listen.
Oh, and now her teeth got pointy. It's always something worse and worse and worse. He keeps adding stuff to make this girl even worse. Humiliate this family worse.
You notice how her teeth got pointy? Now listen. All they showed was her face twitching on 2020.
You saw what they showed.
I recorded it and I paused it. That's how I got this. Now you tell me 2020 couldn't slow that video down to see the same thing that I see. Yeah, she did. She did it really fast. And she, like a giggle or something. But look at the eyes. You see the gray? Now look at how they went dark again. And then you can see her. Now 2020 didn't show this.
There you go. There's a picture.
We are part of a club. We're part of an ugly little club.
Now, yeah, he really enjoys this. So all his lies about having to, the reasons why he had to show it, the picture, yeah, the reason.
This is very real, you guys. This is one girl, just one girl out of billions.
Notice the cut above the eyes here, huh? And he's got one picture of her smiling, and the next picture, go ahead, and she's got her tongue out. Oh, also happens to be trimmed right above the eyes as in the last picture. See that? There's the picture cut off there. He happened to see her. Oh yeah, he slowed it down. He saw he was the only one. Because he said, oh yep, pause, pause, pause. Because remember, the Lord anointed him to see these things. And he also gave Mark that picture. Okay, you gotta have some pretty ordained eyes, right? To see this, right? Here's one picture. Notice. I'm not cutting that off. It is actually cut off at above the eyebrows, or at the eyebrows. Okay, they show a series of still shots. There's one, there's one, there's one. This is a slow motion. Do you see this, how they slowed it down? How 48 hours slowed this video down to make it look like still shots? Your eyes are anointed enough to see this. Wow, look at that. Wow. Huh? Does that prove that she has a demon in her and that she deserved to be murdered and she was living a bad lifestyle and that her mother had something to do with it? And yeah, does this sound like truthful? Now you know where you got this picture from.
And when I show that, I show the demonic spirit that's coming in to this place.
É maior, Jesus Cristo.
Eu conheço a Bíblia melhor do que você, você não tem quando você é corrupto.
Sou corrupto.
Embate!
Vou te falar que você
embate! Embate que eu vou estar na cruzilhada te aguardando.
Não desça o seu nível.
Embate!
Você é do mal.
Embate!
Você não é.
Você é do mal. Sai! Isso! Isso!
Sai!
Qual é o santo que tá aí?
Qual é o santo que tá aí? Fala aí!
Lúcifer!
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 Isso! Tá incorporado com o santo, né? Tá incorporado com o santo.
You know who that was, don't you, Tina? That's the enemy coming on. Yes, humble. Kathy, yes. They got it all on their channel. And they're talking about me doing it, but it's really them that's doing it. You know? And what I did was I showed what was on 48 hours. It was on television. Oh, I showed what was on television. So why am I the bad person? Wouldn't you think 48 hours would be? Or Kathy Humble? Oh, I showed what was on television. So why am I the bad person? Wouldn't you think 48 hours would be? Or Kathy Humble?
The mom was not holding back information like Mark Hardy said, accusing her of being involved. That was a lie. And saying that she had it coming by this guy. It was a serial killer, Mark. It wasn't the mom and dad. Or her fault, as you accused.
Has their family not been through enough? Has their family not been through enough? Has their family not been through enough? Why don't you go look at Kathy, whatever her name is? She's the one that's exposing it continually.